Good morning, students. So let's continue our third chapter, that is organization of data. In yesterday's class, we had learned what organization of data is, what is classification, and what are the types of classification. In today's class, we would be learning different terms relating to this chapter. So first, we will be learning the concept of variable. So what do we mean by a variable? A characteristics which is capable of being measured and changes its value over time is called a variable. So variable is nothing but it is a characteristic or a feature which is measured and it is capable of being changed over time. So let me give you an example. Say there are 30 students in class 11th. We are going to measure the weight of all the 30 students. So measuring the weight of 30 students is a variable because it is being measured and it changes its value over time. The weight of the 30 students will not remain constant throughout the life, but it will be changing over the time. So clear? Variable is nothing but a characteristics which is measured and changes over the time. Next we have is the types of variable. There are two types of variable, discrete variable and continuous variable. So first let's see what is discrete variable. Discrete variables are those variables that increase in jumps or in complete number. So what do we mean by this? It can be 1, 2, 5, 10, 15. So it will be in complete number and it will increase in jumps. Jumps means from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Or it can also be in the continuous number. But it will never be in fractions. What will be fractions? 1.5, 2.5. So discrete variables is always a continuous number or a complete number. Say for example, the number of students in class 11th would be 1, 2, 10, 11, 15, 20, etc. But it cannot be in fractions. Next we have is continuous variable. Variable that assume a range of values or increase not in jumps but continuously or even in fractions is known as continuous variable. So continuous variables will not increase in jumps but it will be on the continuous basis and it can also be in fractions. Say for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be a continuous number and it will not increase in jumps like it was in the discrete variable. Say for example, height of boys in a school is expressed as 5.1, 5.2, 5.3 and so on. So clear? So these are the two types of variable. Next we have a term which is known as raw data. So in simple terms, let me explain you. Raw data is nothing but the data which has just been collected by the investigator and it has not been arranged. Say for example, he has collected a data of weight of class 11 students. It will be 50, 75, 60, 90, 70, etc. So this is nothing but a raw data which has been collected by the investigator. A mass of data in its crude form is called a raw data. It is unorganized mass of various items. So the items have not been arranged and it is just in an unorganized form. Next we have what is called as series. Raw data is classified into series. Series refers to those data which are presented in some order and sequence. Say for example, you had collected the weight of class 11 students. This is raw data. But if you arrange it from ascending to descending order or if you arrange it according to the roll number wise of the students, it will be a series of data. So series of data refers to those data which are presented in some order or sequence. Arranging of data in different classes according to the order is known as series. Next we have types of statistical series. So series are divided into individual series, frequency series, and frequency series are further divided into discrete series and frequency distribution. Then we have individual series, the series which has been organized singly. Like I gave you an example of weight of students. There was only one information about the data, that was the weight. Anything else had been given to you? No. So any series which is arranged singly is known as individual series. Individual series are those series in which the items are listed singly. For example, if the marks obtained by 30 students of class 11 are listed singly, the series would be called individual series. So these series are presented in two ways. Say for example, the marks of class 11 students. These are the marks of class 11 student. There are two ways in which this data can be arranged. First is according to serial numbers. When I give you the marks of your test, how do I give it to you? Do I just give randomly? No, I arrange it according to the roll number wise and then send you the PDF. This is known as arranging the data according to serial numbers. And next is ascending or descending order. This marks I can arrange it according to ascending or descending order. 20, 21, 30, 35 and so on. Or I can arrange it in descending order. 35, 30, 21, 20. Arranging of data from low number to high number is ascending order. Arranging of data from high number to low number is your descending order. Next we have is frequency series. Under that we have different terms. First is frequency. Frequency is the number of times an item occurs in the series. I have given an example here. If 4 students out of 15 students have secured full marks in a test, then 4 is the frequency of 15. So the number of times an item has occurred in a series, it will be known as frequency. Next we have class frequency. The number of times an item repeats itself corresponding to the range of values is called class frequency. Say for example, if there are 4 students securing marks between 10 to 15, then 4 is the frequency corresponding to the class interval 10 to 15. So what do we understand by this example? Say for example, there are 4 students who have got marks 10, 11, 12, 13. So this 4 becomes the frequency corresponding to the class interval, that is 10 to 15. Last we have is tally bars. So what do we mean by a tally bar? You have studied this. Corresponding to the class interval, we put tally marks and then a cross marks, right? So every time an item occurs, a tally bar will be added against that item. तो ये सब तो आपने लोअर क्लासेस में पढ़ा हुआ होगा कि फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या होता है, टैली मार्क्स कैसे डालते हैं, क्लास इंटरवल क्या होता है. सो ये सिर्फ एक वापस से बेसिक ही है स्टैटिस्टिक्स का जो आप पहले पढ़ चुके हैं. यहाँ पे एक एग्जाम्पल दिया है मैंने ताकि आप हर चीज बहुत क्लियरली समझ पाए. सो यहाँ पे दिया गया है मार्क्स ऑब्टेन्ड बाय स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ क्लास 11. तो ये जो भी डेटा है वो हमारा रॉ डेटा हो गया, राइट? क्योंकि मैंने इसको रैंडमली कलेक्ट किया है और लिख दिया है. नेक्स्ट अगर मैं इसको असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज करूंगी तो सबसे छोटा नंबर 10, 15, 20 एंड सो ऑन. तो ये हो गया असेंडिंग से डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर तक. और अगर डिसेंडिंग से असेंडिंग होगा तो 50, 35, 30 एंड सो ऑन, राइट? और इसी डेटा को मैं अगर रोल नंबर वाइज अरेंज कर दूंगी तो इट इज अरेंजमेंट ऑफ डेटा अकॉर्डिंग टू योर सीरियल नंबर्स. तो इसमें से फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या होगी? तो सबसे बड़ा नंबर, सबसे छोटा नंबर है 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 50, राइट? तो कितने टोटल स्टूडेंट्स है क्लास में? 25 स्टूडेंट्स. तो इन 25 स्टूडेंट्स में कितनों को फुल मार्क्स मिले? दैट इज 50 मार्क्स, 1 and 2. सो 2 इज द फ्रीक्वेंसी. अगर क्वेश्चन पूछा गया कि कितने लोग को 10 मार्क मिले तो 1 2 3 3 is the frequency. So in the question, if they have asked how many students have secured marks from 40 to 50, so first line में 51, 42, थर्ड सेकंड में कुछ नहीं, थर्ड में 45, फोर्थ में 50, that's it. So 4 is the frequency of the class interval 40 to 50. So clear? Tomorrow we would be starting the problems on our frequency distribution. So that's all for today. We shall continue the remaining things in the next class. Thank you.